Here's what's going on, brothers and sisters. You, like, what's going on? What's happening? The spiritual part of our planet is literally mating and coming together with the physical part of our planet. See here, the spiritual part is mending with the physical part. You gotta understand why this is taking place. We as the original people for so long have been disenfranchised. Okay? Our people accepted a non-efficient religion. A religion that destroyed the facets of everything and caused the spirit world, the spiritual part of our world and the physical part of our world to split, to come apart from each other. And this is how our enemy thrived so greatly as they literally had us in their grasps. Right? We sitting up worshiping some God and Jesus and Allah and Jehovah. We worshiping all these beings and not knowing that we caused a rip. It was because we followed this religion, because we followed the things our enemy created, it caused a tear or a rip in the combined forces of the spirit and physical world. Y'all understand this? But what is taking place right now? What's taking place? We have returned. We have returned. Many of us have returned back to the spiritual ways that we're supposed to be. You hear that out there? These beings literally working hard to cool this realm off. We're returning back to the spiritual practices where we belong to. Sisters coming together, understanding that we being the true spiritual beings is what brings us back into this place of power. Therefore, the two planets, our planet, our realm, this is what's happening. This is what's happening. There's a spark that has taken place between the spiritual part of our world and the physical part of our world. And it's increased the frequencies and the vibrations because the original beings have made a decision to awaken. This is why we're seeing so much things happening. And these beings are extremely scared of our awakening because our awakening is literally changing everything. We're combining forces between the negative and the positive, the feminine and the masculine, the electrical and the magnetic, the yin and the yang, the dark, the light. We are combining and becoming one with the spirit energy in the spirit world. And this is what's taking us back into this place of power. And this is what's causing the spiritual part of our world to repair, which means come back together, to repair, to bring back together. And this is our true reparation. Our true reparation begins with us. Reparation has nothing to do with these Saxons and their money. The reparation is between us, brothers and sisters. So it is us who are making the difference in this realm, on this planet. And it's us who's bringing everything back together. Our combined forces has literally changed so much Our combined forces have changed so much, and we're seeing so much on a completely different level. Our men becoming more powerful in the spirit realm, realizing that what our enemies have given us, the money, the things, the raps and all this, they're realizing that this is a setback. Our men are becoming more powerful. Our men are the warriors. They're the warriors. They're going back into sorcery, to wizardry, linking back into the true powers. You understand what's going on? You understand? We are returning, and this is causing the spiritual world and the physical world to mend together. The only problem that we have right now is that so many of our brothers and sisters are not in balance, and that's this energy, this spirit realm and this physical realm comes together. This spirit world and the physical world comes together. They're not going to know how to use this energy, and they're going to become chaotic in a sense. And that chaos must happen in order for the true warriors to be born, because they're going to be taught in their dreams. As they sleep, they're going to be taught on how to be true warriors. And when they awaken, that chaos will have balanced itself out, so that they would be on a more powerful level. All right, check this out.
Watch. Look. 1 step, 2 step, 3 step, 4 step, 5 step, 6 steps. How can they make that fall from here? How can it make sense? Because I know that the original religion of black people was solar science, as I call it. We understood for example, right, the 12 hours in a day. Yeah. You multiply that by 2 to give you 24. Right. Those are actually the 12 zodiac signs that we experience every 60 minutes. So, for example, Virgo is the beginning of the zodiac on a solar scale. So when you're dealing with months when you're dealing with the zodiac on a scale of months, it's Aries first. When you're dealing with it on a scale of solar system travel, it's Virgo. Now they say that the witching hour, or the hour on the planet Earth when paranormal activity is at its highest, is at 3:15 to 3:16 a.m. But specifically between 3 a.m. to 4 a.m. Now, why is that? That's because the planet comes into Virgo, and there's literally an electromagnetic flux that is pushed across the planet, and this frequency travels around the entire globe and powers the latitude and longitude lines of the planet Earth. Some of us call it ley lines, dragon lines, key lines, but these are real frequencies. Yes. And our ancestors not only understood these frequencies, they built their civilizations right underneath them. Right. So nearly every major city in the United States is built on the crossroads of these ley lines. That's right. And they got that template from us. And the reason I'm bringing that up is because now you see why they say, oh, astrology is the devil. Oh, Egypt is the devil. oh, don't worship astrology, that's witchcraft. Anything that we did that made us powerful, they demonized the shit. And I want you to know why. Because our ancestors was not religious. This is why no matter what religion you read, it starts in Egypt and it starts with the demonization of Egypt. Why do everybody hate Egypt so much? What the fuck did Egypt do to y'all? So you got to ask yourself, what really makes black people powerful? Our knowledge of science combined with spirituality. Not only were we spiritual, we were able to express our spirituality scientifically. And when you read about it, white people they'll get it misconstrued as if we worship the sun. Or it was, they'll say, oh, these people practice sun. We didn't worship no damn sun. We just knew that the sun was the source of all physical reality in life. And another thing I want to break down about the sun, of why we need to return to that, is because no other person on this planet Earth can reach the creator through the sun except for black people. And I'm going to give y'all an example, right? There's a process called ultra-fast internal conversion, where the melanin, the neuromelanin, keyword, neuromelanin, only black people have neuromelanin. Non-black people have pheomelanin. Let's be clear on that. The neuromelanin in our skin can convert UV rays and other spectrums of the sun into evenly dispersed energy at a ratio of 99.9%. Nobody else body can mechanically do that. So this is why they get sun cancer. So not only do we convert this energy evenly, what they also don't tell you is that we have the ability to perform human photosynthesis. So what human photosynthesis is when the melanated receptors in your skin take photons.
Melanocytes, yep.
That's right. When they take photons from the sun and convert it directly into food energy. And the way that we do this is because black people have the same chemical construct as plants. The only, difference is we have iron in our blood and plants have magnesium. If we were to switch them chemicals, we would turn green and plants would turn black. So black people are literally a plant people. Our teeth are herbivore based. We're meant to grind plants. We are literally humanoid plants because we're the only species that grew organically with the earth. And so the reason I tell white people we can't grow together or we can't learn together is because we're not the same. That don't mean we can't be friends. You go find out what's best for you and you go do that. I know what's best for me and it's in the sky. And I need to return to that. And I can't return to that if I'm religious. I can't return to that if I'm an African American. I can't return to that if I'm taking vaccines and shit. And so my thing is, I'm just trying to return back to the knowledge that my ancestors passed down to me before somebody cut that transmission. Me trying to return to the throne that was left for me to sit on in the first place should not be seen as an act of hate. Because I stand firm in my human potential as a black person. That's like a turtle. Once again, I'm gonna go back to the turtle and the bird. It's like a turtle telling the bird, "Oh, you hate me because you don't want to live down here with me." Like, nah, bitch. Yeah. So what white people gotta realize is we must part ways when it comes to our destinies. If you want to socialize, if you want to interact, if you want to kick it, if you want to eat and play and club and football and basketball and UFC, we can do that. But what we cannot do is go to the same college. We cannot continue to do that. We cannot continue to go to the same. If y'all want to vaccinate and do prescription drugs and shit like that, nigga, go ahead. Have fun. But our ancestors told us to be holistic. Our ancestors told us to use herbs. Okay? Y'all got, Dr. Oz. We got Dr. Satan. You know what I'm saying? It just is what it is. I'm being honest. So that don't mean we want to beef with y'all. We don't want to beef with y'all. But I know myself. Yeah. Biologically and spiritually.
We need different things.
Yeah. And I'm not going to let nobody peer pressure me out of what I know. Yeah. Because her name is Anthony Vorchi. Get the fuck out. I don't...
See, what's so powerful about 3 a.m. to 4 a.m. is the mystical part of our planet, where the spirit of the ocean and the spirit of the moon make that connection between each other. And this is why so many of us awaken at 3 a.m. and we stay awakened from 3 to 4. And this is this point where we have to understand that our spirituality literally becomes even stronger from that 3 a.m. to 4 a.m. period, when the spirit of the moon and the spirit of the ocean comes together. The ocean represents the water within us. For the same salt water that's in the ocean is the same salt water that's in our bodies. The same soul energy, or soul power that's in the moon is the same soul power that's within our souls. So we also make that combination. We also take part in that powerful convergence from 3 a.m. to 4 a.m. with the moon, the spirit of the moon, and the spirit of the ocean comes together. Yes, we have lots of salt water in our bodies, believe it or not. There's a whole lot of salt in our bodies. So the same ocean that you see outside of us is the same ocean that's inside of us, and the same moon that you see in the sky is the same moon that's within us as the original beings. And henceforth, when we grasp an even more powerful understanding of this, and we go into that state of meditation from 3 a.m. to 4 a.m., when we awaken in the middle of the night, we will literally cause an even greater change that would take place here on our realm. This is who we are. So in the essence, from 3 a.m. to 4 a.m., all right, in the essence, from 3 a.m. to 4 a.m., all right, we're looking at the spirit realm and the physical realm coming together as one. And here's the thing about it. As the original beings, the more we're in this physical realm, we bring the spiritual world to our reality. All right? This is the physical. This is the spiritual. When we bring the spiritual world into the reality of this physical world, the more we do this, the more the twin flames, which is our physical world and spiritual world, the more they come together, the faster they come together. It only takes a few of us. It doesn't take, at one point it took all of us, but now that we see that so many brothers and sisters are asleep, and there are many that are awakening from the sleep, we're now seeing that in the physical, we must bring the spiritual to our reality. And this is the most important thing for us, to bring the spiritual world to our reality, to make this physical world back into a which is what we want to say, mending, when we mend the spiritual and the physical together. So this is what happens when the spirit and the physical world comes together as one. We as the original beings will possess the full power of every force and every element known. Okay? We understand that we will possess the power of every force and every element known. Alright? And this is what our enemies fear the most. We coming back into this full force, bringing ourselves into the power of becoming elementals. Alright? So when you have the physical world and the spiritual world all connected together, you become elementals. Understand that. So it is important that you understand where your power lies. Like we said, we have to literally bring the physical world into the reality, and bring the spiritual world into the reality of the physical world, so that we will be able to operate in the full power of everything around us. You understand that? Absolutely empowered. This is how we were able to fly, levitate, move everything, because we were completely imbalanced. All right. This balance is important for us because it takes us into a whole nother level of strength and power. Henceforth, our weapons are readily available, and we don't have to pull a gun, a knife. We don't have to write a congressman. We don't have to do any of that stuff. So do you see the importance of us as the original beings? Bringing this together, where we literally bring the spirit world, we literally bring the spirit world fully, not partially. All right? It's not a partial thing where the spirit world is partially a part of the physical world. No, we need the spiritual world to be a part of our physical reality. All right? It's the same thing here. We need our spiritual world to be 100% a part of our, of our our physical reality. This is what we need. This is why we, as the original beings, I can see us. We're moving back into this level of power. All right, where we're able to shift our minds and bodies into the power of everything around us. All right. I saw a brother earlier today, and I was like, he was like, I follow you. I never got his name, but he's like, I follow you. And we sat and talked for about 10 minutes or so. But we were at the gas station over on 8 Mile, and we talked for a minute, and we were talking about how the spirit world is mending with the physical, because we're changing this. We come deeper into this reality of where we are. The physical and the spiritual are supposed to be together as one and not separate.
Till the end. Strongest elements: earth, wind, fire, water. I, however, haven't quite mastered these, but thanks for the compliment.
The spiritual and the physical coming together, and we're doing this. We're bringing the spirit world back to this physical reality, so that we will have a more powerful reality for ourselves. Our enemies have created a reality for themselves, and it's now time for us to bring our reality back to life the way we're supposed to be. Not working 9 to 5s and trying to get money. We have the ability to move anything and everything and change the whole dynamics of this realm. Understand, brothers and sisters.
Always watch your back. What?
Seeing this just gives me such a job energy. Seeing y'all wake up and remember why you're here, what you can do, what you once were, your ability to transmute dark into light, transmute energy. The ascension isn't with.
Oh, shit. Try it.
And see how people, we doing this. The more we do this, the more powerful we become.
Bro right here goes by the name Senpai K, and he's literally the last airbender. I mean, call it airbending, telekinesis. It has to be some form of telekinesis. But interestingly enough, when you search his name on TikTok, it's a lot of videos hating on this man. I don't know why people like to hate on things that, you know, they can't easily understand or do, but I mean, I'm convinced. Look at the stuff he's doing. And bro seems to be getting stronger. Like, I don't see how you can fake all this with strength. And I mean, look at that, bro. I'm convinced. I believe you, bro. Keep doing your thing. I suggest that people stop hating, because I'd rather have him be a superhero than a supervillain. We don't need a supervillain out here with finger guns. He needs to use this for good. Look, bro, keeps getting stronger and stronger. This is amazing to me. And interestingly enough, he has a course online for a very, very reasonable price. So, I mean, if you're interested, holla at him. But I think I'm gonna buy the course, man. I want to join the Legion. I'll be making these kind of videos in no time. I believe him. He looks really focused.
That generates, it changes it from your due diligence and study. And as you activate parts in the mind, that generates, it changes it from your due diligence and study. And as you activate parts in the mind.
And I'm sorry, I did not quite catch your name.
Al.
So as you can see, brothers and sisters, what we are doing is returning to where we come from. What you saw those brothers and sisters doing was sorcery, wizardry, witchcraft. This is where we come from. And this is how the spiritual reality pairs up with this physical reality to create the true reality of where we're supposed to be as the original beings. Like I said, you know, Betty, me and the brother was at the gas station. We were talking about how the shit's getting so fucking boring. And the only reason why we're going to work is because we got these fucking lame ass bills from this illusionary system. That's the only reason, so we can keep lights and gas on, so we won't be sitting in the dark. All right? But us practicing, us understanding who we are, we're returning back to sorcery. This is sorcery. This is witchcraft. This is wizardry. Yes. And us returning back to those original dark forces is what's bringing us back into a more powerful form of people. Understand, overstand your enemies, brothers and sisters. Why do you think they gave us the education, the law enforcement, the religion? And remember one thing, when they came and invaded, they told us that they gave us blankets of smallpox, which means they were already spraying the sky when they came here to weaken us. Understand? Now they're stuck. They don't know what to do. And now it's our time to awaken and to arise to this new power, this new strength that we are going to experience in this lifetime. After April 8th, we're looking at a completely different world. We're looking at everything completely different. We make the difference. It's us that brings that spiritual world to the physical reality, which creates this physical and spiritual reality, this balance. And we become elementals. When you take the physical realm and the spiritual realm and you combine those two realities, you become elementals. So we're returning back to the stages of elementals, where our powers are literally the most significant power ever known, which will make us, again, the superpowers of this world. We're the ones who will make the change. Just because they print a few dollars and have some guns and some armies, just weak ass motherfuckers, doesn't make them superpowers. It's the illusion because they need us to fold over to them. We're not folding over to anyone anymore. This is where we are right here. This is where we are right here. So that we can gain all those powers that you saw the brothers and sisters doing. We bring the spiritual world together so that they can mend with the physical world and we become elementals. All right, brothers and sisters, I pass this on to you. I hope you understand everything that's been said. All right. You know the deal. All power to the multi-chakra celestial angelic beings. May chaos reign with you forever and ever. And chaos is ever, ever. All right. See my brother Tori, I knew signing out. Much power to you all.